presence, and it's still a bit of a dangerous drive you have to make towards the site itself, but G2, they're aware of this, and they're aware that they can try and cause some problems. MnM, they've had a steady roll across the top, and now they've just got that final tricky step to make. Force the player outside, almost get the catch. There it is. Tyrant locks in, removes Alamau. Finally, some blood happens around gold. 30 seconds, and the push has to come towards this plant.
It has to come in now. Citizen playing behind that diffuser. Nello is going in for the plant, almost setting it down on the floor. And there it is. Diffuser has been planted. In the meantime, impacts out into Nello. That'll do damage. He's sitting in the cubby solo. But what can Virtue do to stop this here? Prano is coming in on the flank through that staircase. Doki takes down Tyrant, but in the meantime, unable to take down the second. What'll be Virtue walking up the staircase. Solotov's taken one down, but Drum, there's two players waiting in there for that position. Prano, can he sneak through? Virtue has been taken down. Solotov just using the LMG to his advantage, but Citizen shutting him down, leaving it in a 2 versus 2. Users and Neo across the line. Users will find one with the AK-12. Drum, the power position, is doing so well as Users gets another MnM, collecting the first round.
Eminem very in Geisha, and that could be the big blow right now because it's all wasted time. They cannot get the kit down until they get that kill. They swing around and get the first on the stair set though. Somehow Alamau's that one gone. Virtue playing on the back of Black. Doki's getting into the next engagement. As I said, they got to clear him out, but he gets the kick cold. 30 seconds. Doesn't get us escape. A very important refrag, but also the time that he wasted above could turn out to be monumental. Virtue ducks down. Prano knocked out. Now they're putting a little bit of that flat danger and damage down towards the site, but you're still looking at a pocket full of seconds and a player trying to get the spray down. Neo's tucked in the corner. Usus gets himself a triple, leaves just Virtue. Finds Usus on the reverse vertical, but it's a post plant, and it is still a spread out hold. You can see the MnM players. They have themselves down the supply line of structure. It's pantry, it's above, and it's one just tucked around on the corner of the site. Really nothing Virtue can do at this point, apart from throw impacts and try and at least take one, but unfortunately not to be found.
Remaining alive and holding the staircase where, let's be fair, there's no reason for you to ever attempt to walk upstairs when you know that there's a defender watching out for you. There's the Ying out in full action. Neo's going to get taken down, or no, that's Nello in the meantime that's going to get taken down. User's fragged out, but Neo's going to rush in. The flashes are doing work, but it's still an advantage for G2. One left alive, and that's Neo on his own, having to protect his position. He gets two out of it. No Citizen in the wrong spot at the wrong time. At least positive for Prano is that he's able to get himself back up to full HP. Neo will do the same. Remember, those Kona stations, they work both ways, not just for all the holes have been opened up. 10 seconds left, and Prano is holding on to Drum solo. Neo still has the diffuser in hand. He can plant at any point in time. He's got to be careful which position he ends up choosing to go for. And this amount of time might allow Neo to fire back. Should be planting the right moment. There it is. Swings the other side, but it's Prano to win it out. Neo, nice try, but it's Prano doing the work, getting the kills necessary. Happy with that.
Shown Alamau inside gold this time. He's more attuned and aware and has a little bit more wiggle room, but it's slowly having bullets filtered through it. There's another smoke canister. There's another stop on Tyrant. This grenade might get the final catch, but MnM just has to go for it, driving themselves through. There goes Alamau. They've got themselves wrapped around, and Solotov somehow found somebody underneath, but Doki stops the bleeding, and Virtue doubles it down and doubles himself too. Usus and Solotov knocked off the board. A handful of seconds left, and Tyrant also all that is there. G2 find their second in a row. Big problems for MnM's steady approach. It's still a slightly different hold and pull back. As I said, they have this synergy working alongside each other at this point, but they're making sure that they still pop their heads up and cause a bit of trouble on the way out the door. Usus, he's trying to find his way slowly through it, and the push of Neo comes on the split side. Nobody is revealed on the top of the black stairs as they can't quite get the full catch. Virtue finds Nello, and Doki finds one more, looks for the final connection. They know where he is. They know that there's nowhere for him to really go with 40 seconds. Doki's looking for the fight with everything he's got. It's a flawless for G2.
And just slowing things down for a moment here. MnM trying to breach into sight.
That's it. They're trying to put a flat bit of pressure around. There's pings on player locations, but it's such a no man's land at this point. Virtue, he's holding the swing, ready to rock and roll. As soon as anybody steps on that floor, it's an explosion followed by a player. There it is. Nello caught out, but Tyrant bites back. And now he's got to try and filter his way towards the site itself. Alamau is all that's left, but not for very long. An even half.
an even half. Not too bad here.
Instead, sort of had it locked in. A little bit of a soft gave them more to work with. The Candelas start to scream their way, and there's Doki getting that confirmation on that player and pushing themselves up that staircase. It gives you a very powerful cross angle, and you can see that they've actually had to pull themselves MnM a little bit back inside drum and hope that they can try and cut off the execute. Solotov pops up, pops Doki back down. The rest of G2 sat sort of on the edges. The breach and the break is ready and willing to go, but they just need that now new first push. Citizen is trying to find the head of the player that's spraying towards them, but MnM aren't giving them the territory, and they know they don't quite have the lockdown, and it's a big final rotate here for the Ossa. It's a long, hefty map to make this sort of change up of a play at this moment, but they have no real other options, so they're going to try and utilize the Talon shield and drive that in towards the site and the plant itself. If they can buy themselves a pocket of space, they can make use of it. Citizen gets a kill. They don't get the shield down. That's the most important part. The man with the magical glasses has them pop on at the right possible time. Virtue sprays and gets them down. They can't quite get the full connection with the kid. It's the 2 versus 1 post plant, and it's not very long. MnM find their first defense.
With his Rataro drones coming up. Some stuff being destroyed here, which is not great. You always want to have as much of your util as possible to use up on those shields. Nate's being cooked up here, and it will go down onto Dragon, but Solotov, it doesn't matter for him, shrapnel or not. He's got uses also in the backline support, taken down 2. Alamau snapped back to reality, back to Brazil in this one. 2 players left from G2, and Citizen and Prano. And MnM are looking for a perfect half. There's one more for Solotov. He's just collecting all of them. Citizen left alive with what more than just a hope. Solotov on 15 kills, and doorways are literally being locked off of him. There we go. Finally, Solotov taken down, but to what avail?
Well, Citizen has another 4 players to try and dig his way through in about 10 seconds per player. Puts you in a bit of maths that doesn't quite work its way out too favorably. Another canister stops the rotate through what was his only option. The Gon 6 is going to give him at least another one, but there's a C4 that's about to swing his way. Doesn't even make the catch though. It's Usus that locks it in. MnM, they find 2 rounds in a row. The first time anyone's been able to do that since pretty much the opening of the game. Grenade gets loose through the door. It was Citizen. It was just on the swing. They're going to ping the breach and try and push the player out from behind the back of Barbecue. They're going to find themselves in what is a very tricky situation. They almost get the kill out of it. They have the smarts to move based on the audio of it being planted. Can't quite get it out. It's the trade between the 2, but they get the breach open. 40 seconds. And Usus, he's creeping his way over the top. Those pings on the player. There's a bit of a reveal as Nello gets closer and closer, hoping to find something. Doesn't quite get the right angle. The close C4 doesn't get the catch either, but they've tucked themselves over the side of Sushi. Citizen was watching the back stairs and was able to take care of 20 seconds in a 3 versus 2.
Citizen walking in, and no, Nello's watching. The Nitro will miss. Virtue taking down Usus in the meantime. A bit of a pre-fire from Nello. This is the moment for him to shine. He's already collected 1 kill. They know exactly where he is. Can he go for the pre-fire? One of the players is busy, and he'll continue busy dropping that diffuser down. Virtue will save the round, and G2 get 1 more on the board. They're first in the second half. Play here might have been the perfect one, given the utility that was destroyed and the power position that was shut down and taken through. Now he's going to walk in and use the breach in the wall to his advantage, the one that the defense has set up for rotations. Alamau finding his kill on a Tyrant. Things looking great for G2 and a 5v3.
Wanted to try and take the fight with whoever just played the grenade, and Citizen's actually going to just swing around at the last second. Quite get the true angle. Solotov finds them. 20 seconds. They've still got to get the kit down, and now it's the 4 versus 3 versus 2 as they at least stop the roll of Doki, who bit big into this round. They've tucked themselves into the site, but there it is. Solotov with a rotation. The C4 attempt doesn't get the catch. It's Nello to find Alamau. It's Virtue to put them in the 1 versus 1. The other player is down underneath. Virtue has the kit. He's looking for at least somewhere that might be deemed safe. Nello. He's going for the quick sprint all the way up. He's not going to make it in time, but he might get the pop-up. There's the ping, there's the reveal, there's the player, the rotation and the pre-fire, and Virtue's just tucked in the corner as best as he can, holding onto the angle and hoping he gets it right by the audio. It's pre-fires. It's a catch from Nello. And there it is, just out on the brink. MnM put themselves onto map point.
Grenades, and is it worth it is the question for what it eventually is just a Warden. but then it's Solotov. So at some point, you gotta let those grenades ring. Neo will find a kill on Adoki, and Yuz gets the second. G2 unable to breach effectively, but I say that in the meantime, Prano is getting the plant down. Virtual will get one kill. He knows there's one more player in Neo right behind the bar here, sitting inside a lounge. But Yuzu's gotten one. Look at the peek around the corner from Virtue. Makes it happen. Two left, and Tyrant and Yuzu swinging around the corner. Virtue will not be able to collect the kill. He's the last one alive. He gets the kill on a Yuzu's. We've seen this so many times with Virtue left alive, but this time he'll lose it out. Tyrant collects the kill. Eminem victorious against G2. What a day.